Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another class of English. Today, we're gonna be checking on some vocabulary, especially about idioms which indicate emotions. For that, you will need your book, your student's book, on page 83. And of course, if you're gonna fill in the gaps or answer some exercises, you need your pencil. So let's go directly to exercise number 3 as it is shown on the screen. It says, use the words in the box to replace expressions in blue. The meaning should stay the same. So let's read one by one. It says, I woke up in a cold sweat. Okay, this is the idiom. Woke up in a cold sweat. What if the dream was true? So what would you choose from this list? Angry, fed up, anxious, in a good mood, bored, delighted, expressed, embarrassed. Let's see. What is the meaning of a cold sweat? It is, I woke up feeling anxious. What if the dream was true? So please keep in mind that the idiom cold sweat, a cold sweat, means feeling anxious. Okay? Let's go with the number 2. Martin gets hot under the collar. When we talk about Scottish independence. To get hot under the collar. What does this mean? Martin, when we talk about Scottish independence, do you think it is angry, embarrassed, depressed? I guess it's angry. Let's see. Yes, angry. Martin gets angry when we talk about Scottish independence. Well, I think he loves his nation. So, remember, under the collar means angry. Number 3. She blushed to the roots of her hair when the teacher read out her story. Ooh, this is pretty easy. She blushed to the root of her hair. I think it's embarrassed. Let's see. Yes, she was embarrassed when the teacher read out her story. Remember again, I'm gonna emphasize the meaning of each idiom just to remember, and you can use it in the end of this class. So, the roots of her hair, which means embarrassed. I was over the moon when I heard I got my place at university. This is pretty easy, to be over the moon. We even use it in Spanish. So this is delighted. I was delighted when I heard I got my place at university. Great. So remember, over the moon means delighted. Number 5. Something had clearly put a spring in her step. She looked transformed. Put a spring in her step means put her in a good mood. Yeah, we're talking about a spring. Everyone is in a good mood. So remember, to be in a good mood means put a spring in her step. Number 6 says, looking at his boring PowerPoint presentation was like watching paint dry. Wow, that's so mean. So, like watching paint dry means something that bored me, of course. Nobody wants to see a paint that it's dried. Number 7, I'm sick to the buck teeth of your excuses. If you're late again, you'll be fired. What does this mean? Yes, it means being fed up. And number 8, sorry, but I'm feeling a bit down in the dumps today. Down in the dumps. Pretty interesting expressions. And this means depressed. Okay. Nobody would like to be down in the dumps. So, you can take notes here in your books, and let's continue. Let's continue with the exercise number 8. It says, drag the expressions to replace the underlying section. So, we have to drag these phrasal verbs to replace the ones like panic, absolutely thrilled, making me fall asleep, I started yelling, really miserable today. Look really uncomfortable. Cheer me up when I left home. No, cheer me up only. I've totally had enough. So let's see number 1. I often panic about my examination results. So what would you use here? Let's see. Yes, I often wake up in a cold sweat. Yeah, remember that this expression about waking up in a cold sweat means anxious. And this means also like kind of synonym for that it's to be panic. Okay? So let's continue with number 2. My sister has been accepted at the drama school and she's absolutely thrilled. I think she's absolutely over the moon. Yes, that's the answer. She felt dreamt. Number 3. This film is making me fall asleep. Can we watch something else? So this means he is bored. And that's equivalence for bored. Yes, watching a paint dry. The film is like watching paint dry. Can we watch something else? And number 4. When I told my parents I'd been to the party, my father started yelling. Okay, if someone starts yelling, that means he is kind of angry. Could be, or fed up. Let's see. Yeah, angry. When I told my parents I'd been to the party, my father got hot under the collar. Number 5 mentions, what's wrong? You look really miserable today. Or a synonym of feeling or looking miserable is depressed. Which means, what's wrong? You look down in the dumps today. 6. My friend looked really uncomfortable when she received the prize in front of the whole school, so she was embarrassed. And this means that my friend blushed to the roots of her hair when she received the prize in front of the whole school. Number 7. I must say that hearing good news about my uncle cheered me up when I left home. Which means that I must say that hearing the good news about my uncle put a spring into my step. Yes, when I left home. And number 8. I've totally had enough of my flatmate, but I can move out for another 2 months. Remember, flat in the British English means apartment. So which means that the flatmates are like the roommates, the roomies. So the phrasal verb that we need to use for I've totally had enough is I'm sick to the active. So this is a good exercise for you practicing these phrasal verbs. And let's continue here. It says, write about a time when you experienced one of the emotions in the sentences below. Use expressions in blue. So I woke up in a cold sweat. You know the meaning of these blue expressions. So this means that you have to do this as homework, please. This is a really easy exercise, knowing now what's the meaning of these phrasal verbs. Remember, these are phrasal verbs to express emotions. And basically we are done with this class because this is a really brief class, but we have a little extra exercise. It's about participation. Please don't forget your participation. I've missed some of you in this period, in this little period that we just started. Please don't be delayed with your delivery. You have been doing good. Keep doing good. Most of you are doing a really good job. And this is a really good chance to improve your grades. It's, I think, a little bit easier than attending to normal school, like to attending every day. And now we are not having the same amount of work. Please be responsible with your task. I'm not saying this for everybody. I'm just saying this for the ones that are delaying some homeworks. So please leave your comment in this post using one of the idioms. Using one of the idioms from this lesson. And you will have 2 points with this participation, by the way. So please Have a good day, and I hope that you enjoyed this lesson, which is pretty interesting and it is adding up more vocabulary to your English level. So have a good day, enjoy your weekend, and let's read each other and listen each other. Well, not listen, you're gonna listen to me only on Monday. Take care. Bye.